Hello, lovely people! We are here with the May issue of Cosmopolitan. This week we have myself, Julie, Joanne over here, Raevyn down there, and Mandee's over there working on an essay, so she might contribute something. Possibly.
Or just type quietly like I should be doing.
Or I should be doing.
You don't even have a computer, Joanne.
Exactly, I should be my sweet typing quietly.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
So, in this month's issue, 23 sweet and sexy moves. Orgasm guaranteed.
Oh, yippee.
Orgasms are guaranteed if you work for it long enough.
It depends on the position.
Yeah, it also depends on the people, what kind of substances
And
you're
with that, moving on. Beauty under $10.
Hey, at least it's a cheap price.
Yeah, you can get beauty for under $10, except that you are beautiful and don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can be beautiful for free.
Oh,
it's like how to get a bikini body. Put a bikini on your body.
Oh, no, wait, I think this should be retitled Fake Under $10.
That too. Hey, fake can be beautiful.
It can be, to each her own.
True.
In his head, stuff you think he wants in bed, but really doesn't. Everything Cosmopolitan prints.
Probably.
Makes you second guess yourself.
Yep.
Oh, the necessary things they have in Cosmo, but yeah, do we really need? No, not at all, not at all.
The crazy lie I told to get a boyfriend. You're actually cute. When he wasn't.
Crazy lie? What, were you abducted by aliens? Were you brainwashed? Are you a secret spy organization for crazy radioactive clowns?
Are you a superhero?
Oh my god.
Best,
That one went off the track.
best thing ever. Hug, kiss, Cosmo.
Aw, look, Cosmo's giving me a Valentine. I feel loved.
It's May.
Shut up! No one denies me.
It's okay, bros, if it's okay.
Rachel Bilson. Try her style secrets. Mandy, would you care to explain who Rachel Bilson is?
Rachel Bilson is a young, popular-ish TV actress and movie star. She's the main character on Heart of Dixie, and nobody else knows anything or cares about her.
She is wearing a very, very, very awful dress that unfortunately we can't show you because this is an audio.
Let's just say it gives a more literal meaning to the word chick.
She looks like a flamingo.
Yes.
She did what at work? She slept with the boss like the rest of us did? OMG!
OMG, she did her job?
The fuck, no!
Fresh, flirty fun. New looks under $50. Outfits to wear tonight. Let's run down the outfits we're wearing tonight. T-shirt and pajama pants.
Well, they used to just be underwear, but yeah, I had to put on pants.
Okay, then.
Sweater, tank top, camisole, and jeans. Okay, that one might actually pass muster. Camp shirt and jeans. Work polo and skirt.
Classy.
Yeah, I think Mandy's the best dressed in this group right now, and she's actually working.
Oh, yay, quizzes.
The Cover Girl quiz. So we're going to take this quiz, and then when we get to the actual article, we can skip it. Name, Rachel Bilson. Nickname, Ray Rach R-Dog.
She's too white to be called
Wow.
Way, way, way too white.
Uh,
Quote, I'm an 80-year-old woman inside, says our adorable cover star.
8-year-old?
80.
Really?
So that explains the socks, but the gangsta rap? Okay. And
She's pretty damn good looking for 80.
yeah.
I gotta give her that.
Yeah, Raevyn, how old are you inside?
112.
35.
About 50.
I would say more of my actual age, like 17 probably.
Yeah.
Cool beans, bro.
The 3 most listened to songs on my iPod are, right now, Losing You by Solang, Miguel's entire album, It's Not Easy Being Green by Kermit the Frog.
That's really cute.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong. Actually,
That's Sesame Street.
it's all still Jim Henson. Actually, if you're gonna listen to Kermit the Frog, go with Rainbow Connection. That is a much better song. The role I would most love to play is anything where I can sing and dance.
Well, at least she's not picky.
So, if I asked you to play Aragog the Spider from a very Potter senior year, you'd take it?
Probably.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Star Kid musicals, go watch them. They're awesome.
Yay! Star Kid Potter!
Woo! There's your free commercial plug for the day. The celebs closet I most want to raid is Kate Moss's, or Ashley Olsen's.
Okay.
Considering I don't know who Kate Moss is, and I haven't cared about Ashley Olsen since I was 8, no comment.
Yeah, interesting outdated reference. Okay.
Well, Ashley Olsen is still relevant, in the sense that people know the name Ashley Olsen.
Yeah, but what has she done?
Actually,
lately?
the Olsen twins went into interior design,
Ah! Okay then.
and Mary Kate got addicted to drugs.
Which is less than awesome, obviously.
Alright.
I never leave the house without an extra pair of socks.
Yes, necessary. Socks.
Actually, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, basically.
Really? I'm the kind of person who forgets to wear socks.
Well, yeah, but, you know, if you're like me and you get really bitchy when your feet get wet when it rains, fresh socks are a good thing to have around.
Okay.
One thing you should keep in your backpack while traveling.
Yep.
Okay.
You can also use them to bind wounds and shit, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a pad on you and you start your period and you're like in the middle of the wilderness.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sure you can think of a bunch of uses for an extra pair of socks.
So instead of always know where your towel is, it's always know where your socks are.
Exactly.
I can't stop buying suitcases.
What?
I know, I'm crazy.
At least she admits it.
Yeah, of all the things to collect, you can't do something like stamps.
I feel like she has to have her
Reptiles.
own, rental space just for this obsession. Suitcases, they aren't small.
Oh, you can get small suitcases, but yeah.
But the cute ones aren't tiny, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And the hard shell ones that I love that come in all sorts of different designs, I want a set of those, you have no idea.
I've stuck with the same duffel bag for the last 3.5 years. It works. My first kiss was slobbery.
Ew. That's unpleasant. Why are we reading that?
It just says, so, girls, describe your first kisses.
Awesome.
I half missed.
Oh, mine was spectacular.
It was New Year's Eve, okay? And we did the eyes closed thing, and I didn't know I was supposed to, so I only got half of
Mine
the
was
smell.
distinctly uncomfortable. It was after a game of Truth or Dare in the middle of a nettle field.
Nice.
Mandee?
Interesting.
Hasn't really happened yet.
Aww.
You're not missing much, I promise.
Kisses can be good.
Yeah, but they're not world changing.
No.
It's
No,
just pleasant.
Yeah.
So take comfort from that at least. That's what I tell Sam.
Yeah,
She's
magic
like,
kisses-
How are you dating people? And I
Magic
haven't even-
kisses don't happen.
That's good.
Yes. So.
That is
Everything you read in the romance novels is a lie.
Yeah, just accept that. Life never lives up to them.
The first thing I notice about a guy is his shoes. Love a good pair of kicks. We're talking about guys, right?
Well, it's better than
Well, the
looks.
choices were his eyes, his body, his smile, his butt, or other.
His brain, preferably.
Personality.
Legs.
Teeth, maybe?
Teeth?
Hey, that matters. If the guy
Hey, no.
has a mouth of rotting teeth, you don't
Yeah,
really want to date
dude,
him.
I'm serious.
True.
Guys who chew tobacco and don't brush their teeth,
Ugh.
it disgusts
Okay! And moving on.
Don't go there.
My favorite thing about Heart of Dixie is I learned how to do proper... I cannot read that writing.
Proper...
She didn't learn how to write properly.
Such a...
Sutures. You guys,
Sutures.
she's a doctor on the show.
Oh,
Sutures.
need a stitch, anyone? Thank you,
Okay.
I
Mandy.
could probably do a good one, but I don't have any.
Yeah, the only stitching I can do is mend the hole and make some bad embroidery.
Ooh, I can mend clothing.
I can mend a hole. I could probably badly hem something for you.
I can badly hit my own things.
I'll make you clothes.
There we go, you win.
I mean, it'll take forever, but yeah.
If I could do a karaoke duet with anyone, it would be Eminem.
Of course, because you're an 80-year-old on the inside.
Yeah, a guy who hasn't been relevant for about 8 years.
No, I was making a joke about the rap song.
Well, that too. And we would sing anything. I secretly want to be a rapper.
Yes, and you can follow your dream, white and hot chick.
Okay, I feel like this is the time to have a white chick rap number. Can anyone
you're cute. You're funny.
I used to do those I used to actually do on-the-fly rap numbers in my science class. I would recite Beatles lyrics rhythmically.
Yeah, my mom does science raps. I kind of want to slam my head into a wall
That's
after
so
seeing
cool.
that. It's not cool when she does it in the middle of a lunchroom and you're just like, oh no.
My English
no.
class did a rap about
wow.
finals my freshman year. My mother permitted this, she was the teacher, as long as it was about finals. Filming sexy scenes is awkward, just another day at the office, and really pretty funny.
She liked all
Yes.
those answers.
Yep. The app I can't live without is Dog Breed Quiz. I have a weirdly amazing knowledge of dogs.
That's weird.
Okay. Hey, at least she admits it's weird, because she's correct, it is.
The most surprising thing in my handbag is Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Yay! Not hot, but spice.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Mandy's assessment. My
Sorry, I'm
notebook
gonna
doodles
continue.
always look like this. And it shows a little stick figure with eyelashes.
Ha ha!
Mine look like that too.
I beat you!
Go away, art major. Shh. What's on your mind?
Tacos.
Horses and their neurological diseases.
Sword progressions.
Interesting. How about you,
Also
Jewel?
sex.
Gentleman never tells. Fortunately, I'm not a gentleman. No, on my mind right now is getting through this stupid magazine so I can edit it, put it on YouTube, and make boatloads of cash.
Ah, you're so untracted. Keep on going.
Cosmo readers share what they're thinking about right now.
Well, I think we already did
Yeah.
that bit.
My entire life is changing. I have a new job and a new name because I'm newly divorced.
Oh, that's so new!
Congratulations. I'm hoping that it's good for her.
Photography has been my outlet lately, and I'm taking it more seriously as an artist.
Oh, goody. I fist pound you through the magazine.
I love capturing human energy through photos. It's the coolest art form of modern time. Okay, art major, what do you say?
If she's passionate about photographs, good to her. Personally, I like mixed media and it'll better mostly because it makes me feel like a mad scientist with the painting. I get to throw this in and mix it all together with a giant wooden stick.
I'm getting my master's in mental health counseling, and I wish people wouldn't put such a stigma on seeking professional help. Thank you.
Okay.
They think you must be crazy to see a therapist, but everyone goes through problems sometimes. Psychology major.
Holy fucking god. Wait, what? I was reading for my psych homework. What?
Master's in mental health counseling, and I wish there wasn't a stigma on seeking professional help.
Well, duh.
Yeah, I kind of agree with this.
Yeah.
It's okay to see a therapist. You don't have to be severely mentally ill either. The way our society is structured, everyone's fucked up in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's because of interlocking oppressions and the effects thereof and not really knowing why you're unhappy with the way things are, or actually being some form of mentally ill that's caused by chemical processes. Like, I've got an underdeveloped serotonin production thing going on in my brain. That's why I'm screwed up.
I'm getting ready to graduate and have been thinking about what to do after that. Get a job.
Yeah, that's normally how it
Or
works.
go for a trip.
I really want to travel. Maybe work on a farm in Australia or South America.
Go all the way.
Says the girl wearing platform shoes and shit.
She'll never make it.
Good luck, honey. I won't make a lot of money, but it's a way to experience the world and get a new perspective on life. Better start with a new wardrobe.
If you want to work in a farm, I would not suggest Australia because Australia is expensive.
I would suggest Iowa.
There we go. Midwest. Probably one of the...
Oh wait, she's from Germany, so
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, she's probably used to the high prices of euros.
Australia's not on the euro, is it?
I can find out.
No, but it's still really expensive there.
The Australian dollar, right?
the prices are still like overblown. Like whenever I went to Australia, they were saying bring Pop-Tarts. They're like $20.
I read a quote this morning that said, "Concern yourself with the needs of mankind." Mankind, who's listening, if you have a need, please send it here and we'll concern ourselves with it.
No action might come out of this concern, but believe us, there is concern happening here.
Put into practical terms, it means everything you do should somehow have a positive effect on others. I fail.
Yeah, let's just say I'm a work in progress.
I'm asking myself how I can do that with acting.
Okay.
You're an actress.
I feel like
Stand there and look pretty, honey.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't knock actresses.
I'm an actress myself,
Exactly.
but I don't pretend I'm doing good for mankind when I'm an actor.
Point. I mean, well, you are improving people's well-being if you put on a good show.
It also depends on what you're acting in. If you're acting in something positive, then it can make a positive meaning. But if you're acting in some BS schlock that's totally tramping
That's
on someone's
me.
fandom, then I'm not taking any pity on you.
Okay, fangirl rage needs to be saved till later, honey.
I know, fangirl rage is tempting, but don't do it.
I love binge-watching TV shows. Don't we all?
What?
It's a good picture.
I just started The Wire, and it is riveting. I try not to leave the house when I'm in the middle of a season. I stay up into the night to watch. You have a problem.
Dude, that's called fandom.
Yeah.
Enjoying the whole season at once gives me instant gratification. Yeah.
It's a problem that a lot of people have. We're a society that thrives on instant gratification, so now whenever you have to freaking wait for anything, it makes people really unhappy and they get into funks because they have to work or put off that gratification.
And I understand that that's fandom, but I don't pretend that being a fangirl isn't a problem. I know that being a fangirl's a problem for me.
I've never really had the problem. There are some books that if I get into them, I would stay up till midnight, but not normally TV
Speaking
shows.
as someone who stayed up till 4 in the morning watching a web show, yeah, I acknowledge that is a problem. Summer wedding invitations are pouring in, and I'm helping a couple of friends plan their weddings. Cool.
Okay, then.
We're having a really good time. I love figuring out how a wedding can truly reflect the couple.
Duh. Cosmo happy schlock.
You have a comment, Mandee?
The way you read it is just really entertaining.
Thank you. I just accepted a retail position with Amazon, and they allow dogs at the office.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh, hey, my mom's work does. She works for Mars, and they make pedigree and Whiskas, so you can bring dogs to the office.
Puppies!
That's awesome!
The day after I signed the offer, I went to a shelter and got Fella at 8 weeks old.
Oh, God.
Aww. This was totally out of character for me. I've never had a puppy. I've never even had a fish.
Oh, God.
As soon as a dog was a real possibility, I jumped at the chance.
That's a really bad idea.
Good luck, honey.
Oh, okay. Honestly, if you've never had a pet before, can I suggest adopting like a full-grown dog and not a puppy?
Well, but the puppy's cute.
Yeah, but the cuteness gets up with like management problems that she's. This isn't
Yeah.
funny. Like we're gonna continue.
Yeah, you need to learn how to raise an animal properly before you go out and get one. It's not... Puppies are not computers that you can exchange when they don't work right. They are a full-time commitment. Think of them as a small child. You're going to be responsible for the raising, training, and care of this creature for a decade or more.
So when they kill a child, it's your fault, not them.
Exactly, or when they piss on the rug, are you going to beat your dog, or are you going to apologize for not coming home in time to let them out? You know? And if you don't know, for instance, that a particular breed has hip problems, and you're going to be paying for that later in life, or that they hate kids, but then suddenly you decide to babysit, what if it mauls the
Or
fucking
have a
kid?
child.
Or have a child. What if it mauls the kid because it doesn't want its ears tugged on it because it's not a pony? Dogs are a big responsibility.
Okay.
I have a lot of feelings about stupid pet owners.
Oh, so do I. I used to work at the shelter.
Yep.
Well, volunteer at the shelter, walk the dogs.
Same thing.
I've been studying dreams and how they're places of refuge where people dump their worries. Really? I thought they were insight into an alternate universe.
They can be both, but that gets into metaphysics and religion, so.
Avoid metaphysics on this
I always
broadcast.
view them as views into our own subconscious. And honestly, I don't think they're all worries. You can have dreams that are happy.
Hell yeah, like...
Last night I had a dream that I was auditioning to become the Princess of England. I failed.
Oh, that's sad.
Okay.
I had a dream that I was Aragorn's goddaughter, and Cody was our palace, and I was defending it from an orc raid. Solo.
I had a dream that I was babysitting a kid, and then he flew off with giant spoons.
Standard psychological beliefs currently are that dreams are just your brain's way of consolidating memories and sensations from your life thus far.
I've been examining mine more closely, too. In one of my dreams, I was in an old wooden house floating on an ocean. You've been watching Bed Knobs and Broomsticks too much. There was knocking, but every time I answered, no one was at the door. I think it means there's an opportunity knocking in my life that I can't see for some reason.
Your dreams are simple. Mine are usually batshit crazy.
Yeah, the dream I had last night also involved another colleague of mine auditioning to be a princess and me waiting outside and her not getting it either.
Who was this?
Amanda, the dark-haired one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She failed the audition, too.
That's a shame.
Which is, yeah, really is. She'd make a good princess.
Interesting.
More taxes are taken out of my paycheck now than last year. With less money, I've had to cut some things, like going from 9-grade bread to store-brand bread. Tragedy.
Okay.
At least you can afford bread. You develop a lifestyle, a way you like to spend, and then you find that you don't have the money to live that way. Yeah, I'm down to $18 in my bank account right now.
Yeah,
Luckily, my mommy's sending me more money.
We're not going to discuss my bank accounts.
You constantly have to be adjusting. True that. Your confessions. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have taken a woman with no thought to marriage, mostly because that's illegal in most states.
It is illegal?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
To get married.
You're a woman.
Yes, I am a woman.
I forget that people have sex. Like sex, physical sex. I'm like, I don't think about men and women. We're just brains. We are floating brains, minds in the great
brains.
And it degenerates into a song.
Cosmo readers share the most toe-curling stories and steamiest secrets.
How you can make clay paper mache.
That's a secret worth keeping.
Doesn't it just need glue and paper?
No, it's actually okay.
Don't reveal the secret formula.
You mean the one that's written down and given to every art major?
Red hot red eye. I sat next to a cute guy on a red-eye flight, fell asleep, and dreamed about hooking up with my crush.
You saw him in 1 minute and you already had a crush on him? Wow, you work fast.
I woke up feeling great. Our dream hookup was hot. But then I noticed that my seatmate was giving me a dirty look.
Oh, was she moaning in her sleep?
I wondered if I had been snoring, so I apologized. He gave me another dirty look and said, no, I'd actually been moaning. $10 to Raevyn.
Woo!
As soon as I have $10.
Really?
No.
God damn it.
The worst part? We were at the back of the plane, so I couldn't even make a fast getaway. I had to sit there for what felt like a million years, imagining how loud my moans had been, and hoping I didn't get more into it than that.
Oh, scandalous.
The tragedy.
Honestly,
You're never gonna see this guy again,
exactly. I'm kind of amazed that you got that hot and bothered a guy you just met.
No, I think she was talking about a secondary crush.
Ah, thank you. That makes a lot more sense, because otherwise, wow, he must have been really hot.
Yep. Great Expectations. I hated that book. It was... Pip was an idiot. I work at an advertising agency, and I heard there was a promotion available, so I decided to spearhead a new sales program to impress my boss. Good for you. I got really into the program and started referring to it as my baby since I cared about it so much. Okay, that's fucking weird.
No, I can actually get that. You know, when you...
what?
Do you mean like a project or a program?
Or a show?
A project.
Oh, yeah, no, that's normal.
Yeah, that's
Weeks
normal
later,
artist stuff.
my boss called me into her office because she had a surprise for me. As cocky as it sounds, I assumed I'd scored the coveted promotion since I'd been working so hard. But when I went into there, she said, "Surprise," and handed me a cake that said, "Congrats on your new baby." Okay, that's really funny. She thought I was pregnant since I kept referring to my program as my baby. Not only did I have to tell her that I was not pregnant, just humiliated, but I also found out later that I hadn't gotten the promotion. So embarrassing. For who, you or your boss?
Yeah, a little bit of both. But yeah, I can totally relate to that. Whenever I get like a big project, I'll like start like holding it and stroking like, my precious, my precious.
Lord of the Rings was last week.
Yep.
I wasn't here last week.
It's okay.
Or last month, rather.
It's okay.
Skype wipeout.
Wipe out.
I had to Skype interview. That's the Batman theme.
But
She tried. She gets the Tumblr gold star that says you tried.
I had to Skype interview for a job at a big newspaper in New York, but I got the flu a few days before, so I was on a ton of meds for it. Not a good idea. When my interviewer asked me what my favorite recent article was, I blanked because I felt so groggy. I glanced at a paper on my desk, saw a headline about surfing, and made up some BS reason about why its tone felt fresh and beachy. The interviewer said, "You know that story is about couch surfing, right? Hey, that can be fresh and beachy."
hey, it has the word surfing in it.
I peeked and sent her a follow-up email where I explained my sickness and listed 5 articles I'd actually read and loved. Thank goodness I did that because I ended up getting the job.
Shouldn't you start it out with "you feel sick"?
Yeah, preface it by saying, "I apologize, but I have had the flu for a few days."
Yeah.
Whining and dining. Bitch, bitch, bitch.
Hey, I work with wine.
I like wine.
So have I. Wine's okay, I prefer beer.
Technically I like whiskey.
American
Good,
beer is piss.
good beer.
No, I mean like I had a job in which I had to pour wine, and so
Oh.
I know all the random names.
Oh no, I learned all that for a play.
Oh, funsies.
I was in line for the bathroom at a wine bar, and the guy next to me smelled like cigarettes and started ranting about how he hates waiting, how it's the worst part of city living, blah blah. Wasn't that what you were just saying? Instant gratification. On my way back to my table, I saw an old college classmate across the room whom I hadn't seen in years, so I went over to say hi.
Hi.
We chatted for a bit, and then she asked me where the bathroom was. I pointed to it and warned her, "But watch out for the weirdo in line. He won't shut up and he smells like an ashtray." As I said that, the man himself emerged, and my old classmate said, him?" I nodded and she snapped, "That's my fiancé." Then silence. I tried to explain that I was kidding, but she just smiled stiffly and told me she hoped I'd enjoyed my wine and left. I Facebooked her later to apologize again and see if she wanted to catch up for real, but she never responded. A dude reacts. I don't think Danielle should feel obligated to make up for it. At the end of the day, she was just being honest and looking out for a friend like friends always do.
Yeah, I agree with the dude. I think she overacted a bit, and if your friend takes that much offense that easily, honestly, she couldn't be my friend for long.
His confessions.
Dun 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 dun.
Men reveal their most mortifying moments and dirtiest deeds. Like wearing the same pair of underwear 3 days in a row. Bad teacher.
And see, here
I've had lots of those.
I
I was a TA for an undergrad environmental science class. I'm sorry. And I developed a crush on one of the cute seniors. Bad idea. I tried to ignore it since I wasn't supposed to hook up with students. No! But at the end of the semester, I had to drive the class of 16 in a big van to a conference at a university in Washington, D.C. The girl I liked sat in the front seat next to me, and I couldn't not flirt with her. We had a great time talking and listening to music, and I could tell she felt the spark too. Were you carrying electricity around?
This is really
Question:
not acceptable.
is she jailbait?
No, she's an undergrad student. She's over age.
Okay, well, at least it's better than him hitting on high school.
And if she's a senior, she's 22.
Okay. I thought this was high school for a minute. I didn't
No.
hear the undergraduate thing, so I was like, dude.
When we got there, the group split up, and I texted her to see if she wanted to hang later. She did. Okay, baby, I've got the news. As soon as we saw each other, we just went for it and started having stairwell sex.
Really? You're hooking up with a student and you don't even think of somewhat covering up your actions? Can I spell stupid for you?
It was really hot until the fire alarm went off. Too hot in that case.
Yes, you
Are
set
you
up this.
fucking kidding me?
We put ourselves back together as fast as we could, but tons of students, including mine, began pouring out the door. They started laughing. It was so obvious that what we were doing, and I was so embarrassed. I was that creepy TA. You probably lost your job, I imagine.
Yeah.
I was stressed all weekend thinking someone would report me and I'd lose my job, but no one did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Lucky you.
That's like.
Still, I didn't hook up with her again, just in case. Even after she left school, she was of age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, ethics. You should not have sex with your students.
Yeah, and.
Ever.
Even after they leave school, because I think if they're over age and you're no
After
longer...
they leave school, that's different. But if they are your student, no.
Can I also
Yeah.
just say some common sense? If you're going to have sex with your student, which I agree is wrong, take some precautions. Just, you know,
Basically.
just-
I hope you are carrying condoms, man.
why not just in a room? You could lose your job. I think some, I don't know, secrecy might be a good idea.
Locked doors.
Yeah.
Double trouble.
Toil and double.
Bubble, toil, and trouble.
Double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
There we go.
Fillet of a phoenix snake in the cauldron, boil and bake, eye of Newton, toe of frog, wool of bat, and tongue of dog. When I first signed up for online dating, I got overly ambitious and scheduled 2 dates for one Sunday afternoon. One at 3 p.m. and the next at 5 p.m. Should have seen if they were up for a threesome. I set them up at the same coffee shop, hoping I'd hit it off with at least one of the girls and still make it back to my place in time for the evening football game. Yes, because football is the priority for every man. Well, here's how it actually went down. Girl number 1 texted saying she was running late and showed up just before 4 p.m. I was nervous about the timing, but I thought I could speed date. Turns out I was having a great time with her and wanted to keep hanging out, so I invited her to watch the game at another bar. As we were leaving, I was about to text girl number 2 to bail when she walked in. She recognized me from my profile, walked up to us all confused and asked, "Josh?" I panicked and introduced girl number 1 as my friend Jill, but Jill interrupted me and clarified that, no, she was actually my date. The girls quickly figured out what I had done, called me a dick, and laughed. You go. I don't double up on dates anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna side with the girls on this one.
Yeah.
Same. What a douchebag.
At least he was brave enough to admit it to a magazine.
I think he just kind of wanted to subtly brag on how many girls he could get.
Online.
And
Yeah.
failed. He failed so hard.
Punch drunk love.
That's not gonna end well.
Some of my friends and I had dinner at a German restaurant, and I flirted with the waitress all night. Hope you speak German.
Gesundheit?
Ich kann Deutsch sprechen, aber nur ein bisschen.
What she said.
You win.
Danke.
As we were leaving, I wrote my number on the back of our bill, but when I put on my coat, I flipped up the hood and my face got stuck behind the fabric. I had flailed around and ended up whacking the waitress in the face hard as she was on her way back to get our money.
Dummkopf.
I know, but
1 is fünf, right?
I don't know.
Ein.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I apologized profusely and she tried to laugh it off, but I could tell she was annoyed, so I booked to the door and left. Not surprisingly, I never heard from her.
Yeah, we had a history teacher
Tragedy.
who could speak German, and he would count, and we would all make fun of how 6 sounded like sex.
Six.
We were in middle
Also-
school, okay?
I developed a convenient aversion to German food, so I'd never have to go back there again. Poor baby.
Das ist dumm.
Okay.
He was brave enough to show his face. This is an audio recording. He's a normal-looking guy.
The cutish.
You're wearing your Cardi goggles.
Can I see?
He's not ugly. Does that
No,
make sense?
he looks
Let
nice.
the lesbian weigh in. The dimples are okay.
Yeah,
I don't like his hair.
I feel like we would have to see him in real life to give a better justification. Some profile pics just do not do people justice or a little too much justice.
Exactly.
My track coach is so inconsiderate. She pushes us way too hard and doesn't take into account the fact that some of us play other sports too. Poor baby. Your coach wants you to work hard. One day after a rough practice, I sent a mass group text bitching her out to my teammates. When my phone vibrated, my coach's number replied, "Thanks." Turns out I'd accidentally included her. This is why you manually text. She must have been angry because her workout plan the next day left me sore for days.
Yeah, serves you right.
Yeah, manually pick. Worst date ever. Is it worse than last month's about his bringing his family along?
That's just awkward as shit.
Wow.
I don't know, you seem to agree with me that it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but having it sprung on you kind
Question, how many dates in were they?
I don't know. He took me to a freaky sex club.
Well, depends. Are you
Depends
into
on
that
how
kind of
freaky.
stuff?
Are we in Phantasmagoria too? On my 4th date with Oliver, okay, it wasn't a first date at least,
Yeah, you know, you bring the fetishes in around the 4th or 5th date. It's common knowledge.
a cute, successful British guy living in New York City, something kinky happened. Some
Oh.
people like that.
Yeah.
We'd been set up by a friend, and so far I liked him. Over dinner at a candlelit restaurant, he asked me, "Have you ever been to a sex club?" Sorry, I don't get to do the British accent, and that one just
Have you ever
failed.
been to the sex club?
I could do
Have you
British-
ever been to a sex club?
I don't know, Gov.
Don't go there. Just don't.
The
Wrong century.
wrong,
Not read it.
actually wrong section. The ones who use gov are from the East End, and you were doing a West End accent.
How would I know that he was from the East End?
Never mind.
Just keep talking.
I haven't, I admitted. See, when it comes to sex, I consider myself to be a liberated woman.
This isn't going to end well, is it?
Until I find my next great love, I'm going to have all the safe, consensual sex I want. But a sex club? That's out there. Even for me. You could just refuse not to go. You could just say, "I'm not into that."
Yeah.
Oliver says he knows of a club where crazy sex happens. In his posh accent, this sounds almost sophisticated. I'm intrigued. I'm sorry, but not even Benedict Cumberbatch could make a sex club sound sophisticated.
Well,
We take tequila shots and hail a taxi. There have to be rules, I say, trying to embrace the adventure and ignore my escalating anxiety. If you're feeling anxious, you shouldn't go.
Basically.
Safety.
Listen to your gut, and if it ain't right for you, don't do it. It's okay not to be into everything.
I won't have sex with any strangers, and Oliver is not to leave me alone. Okay, good ground rules. We formulate our facades. He'll be Thomas, I'll be Elizabeth. Are we in a Victorian novel now?
hey, she's embracing the British theme.
I mess up my hair and smudge my eyeliner. Elizabeth is edgy. Okay, Miss Bennett, you don't have to be edgy to go into a sex club.
You really don't.
On the cab ride over, I'm getting nervous. Oliver says he's been to this club only once. I've pretty much decided I don't want to date him anymore, and still, here we are, pulling up to a sinister side street in Midtown Manhattan. You could just say, "You know what, I'm not comfortable, take me home." If he's a good guy, he'll listen.
So, ladies, it's okay to say I'm uncomfortable, take me home. It's also okay to get the fuck out of there yourself and take the bloody subway home.
That's why you carry mad money.
Yep. In your bra, not in your purse.
Oliver pays $120 to get in. Expensive club. And through a dark hallway and a deadlocked door, we find ourselves in a dimly lit boudoir. Porn is playing on 2 flat screens. Sounds like an average day here. There are couples in towels. I hear a little moaning. I see a dangling dick. Are we in a worst date story or a porno fic? 'Cause I'm...
Both.
Okay.
A really bad fake.
Get me out of here, I say, losing all composure, clinging to Oliver. He is annoyed and reminds me that couples have to leave together. Okay, douchebag, take her home.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just say, fuck you, I'm leaving.
He wants to stay, so I'm stuck.
Really?
No, hit him and run.
Yeah, just Just leave. Just leave. It's easy. Just walk away. There, you're done.
No one will stop you. It's okay. See, the thing about a lot of people on kink scenes is that they're very understanding of consent.
Yeah.
So if you're not cool with what's going down, you can probably find somebody to give you a ride home and make you a cuppa. You know, be like, here, have some tea, now go home. It'll be fine. We don't ever care if we see you again.
I tell myself, might as well make the most of it. No, you do not tell yourself that in a sexual situation.
Wow, you are an idiot.
She's not an idiot. She's just misinformed.
That or the tequila's got her head.
Yeah,
That
that
probably
too.
It's a combination of factors. And what's likely happened is she feels obligated
Yeah.
to be there with her date. Women have this sexual script in place that no means yes. We're
Yep.
taught that. You know, we're supposed to put up a token resistance to things. And what that means is not only do men not believe us when we say, no, this isn't okay with me, but we also second guess ourselves and think that, oh, well, maybe if I wait long enough, I'll be into this.
Just
Yeah,
remember,
I kind of relate to that
remember all
sometimes.
guys listening, no means no.
And silence is not a yes.
After I start to breathe again, I'm able to make a few observations. Okay, Sherlock, let's hear it. First, Oliver is completely aroused. Ew. Well, that's what a sex club's about.
Duh.
What'd you expect? Second, the couples fall into two categories. Ladies of the night with men of a certain age, or tanned and tattooed castmates from the real-world STD island. Okay, that one was actually kind of clever.
That's really witty.
Oliver says it's impolite that we're in our clothes. Not a statement you hear every day.
No.
I remind him I am absolutely not doing anything with anybody, even him. He implores me to remove one of my breasts from my tank top, which for some reason I consider a fair compromise.
That's awkward.
One tit out, 4 drinks in, I allow us to move closer to where the sex rooms are. Nothing else, I'm growing curious about the mechanics of the place. Are there condoms? Are there drugs? Probably.
There better be condoms.
Yeah, if you're running a sex club without condoms, you should have your license pulled. We are the best looking people there, which isn't saying much. Yet because I refuse to make eye contact, no one has approached us. Should I be offended? Oliver is. Yeah, well, you said no and he didn't take you home, so I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
We sit on a pleather bench near the sex rooms. I hear women screaming in pleasure. Are they really loving it that much? Couples on the prowl keep passing us over. Oliver continues to say it's impolite that we're not wearing those skeevy green towels. I look like I'm about to breastfeed and he's busting out of his pants. I just want to leave.
Then leave.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Get dressed, leave without him. They'll let you go. They cannot hold you there. And if they do, scream rape.
Yeah, or just say they're kidnapping you.
Which that is what that is. That's
Exactly.
Yeah. I ask myself, if the people were more attractive, would I be more into it? I don't think so. Like slasher films South Beach and Mayonnaise, some things aren't for me. I tuck in my vest and tell Oliver it's time to go. On our way out, the maitre d' asks us to sign their sex wall. I scribble, Elizabeth and Thomas were here. That was the last I ever saw of Oliver. I should hope so! Jeez. The Cosmo question. Why are we so obsessed with bad boys?
because media tells us we should be.
Because nice boys are boring?
But then you get the whole nice guy trope, and they're douchebags. They think that being decent human beings should lead to them getting laid, which makes them not nice human beings.
My mother used to say to me, when you grow up, my son, I hope you're bummed like your father was, 'cause a good man ain't no fun. Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Cute.
When writing papers for a women's studies class in college, we were always asked to state any personal stakes up front. Were you asked to do that in women's studies here?
To do what?
State any personal stakes up front?
Stakes like...
Fuck if I know.
What the fuck does a stake mean?
I don't know.
I'll get back to you on that if I can understand what that term means.
So let me declare, I have a thing for bad boys. I guess personal stakes like why you're taking this class or something.
Oh, well, because I love fucking feminism.
Okay.
What
As
about
executive producer... Huh?
What about you?
I didn't take women's studies.
Why are you a feminist?
Does there need to be an answer for that?
There shouldn't be, but, I mean, given that we need feminism in
Because
our
I'm a
society,
woman.
So... Anyway.
As executive producer of the OC, Gossip Girl, Heart of Dixie, and now the Carrie Diaries, one of my favorite aspects of the job is bringing bad boys to life on the small screen. In my own life, I'm a good girl. Okay. I know better than to let someone else's chaos pull me from my own creativity and career. Keep telling yourself that, darling. Before I came to Hollywood, I was a PhD student who taught classes in gender and film, so I understand the cultural implications of glamorizing characters who don't always do the right thing. But we do it all the time. That's just part of human nature. On our shows, we try to balance the naughty with the nice. The OC's brooding Ryan Atwood as a dorkable Seth Cohen. Gossip Girl's self-destructive Chuck Bass has earnest Dan Humphrey. I have no idea what she's talking about. On Heart of Dixie, both Wise Guy Wade and Nice Guy George often find themselves wanting to be more like the other.
Oh, that's like the cover... The cover girl is on the show, isn't she?
Apparently. I've never seen it.
Fuck if I know.
But as a fan, I can't help but pine for guys who struggle with complicated pasts and the feelings that they might be unable to live up to the expectations of those who love them. So I take it Sirius Black was your favorite character. He was mine.
Hell yeah.
These guys aren't bullies or bastards. They share a goodness of heart and restlessness of spirit. He's not mean, he's just misunderstood.
See, that sort of... The bad boy trope allows women... It helps perpetuate the cycle of getting into abusive relationships, and it makes them even harder to get out of, because we're taught, well, fall for someone who's bad and then fix them. You can't fix them.
You
honey.
can turn the beast into the prince.
Mm-mm.
No, just don't.
Don't go there. If he's an asshole, just don't get involved. It will save you so much shit in the long run.
They've just got baggage, and what girl doesn't like to unpack? We don't. Trust me. Every guy I've dated has emotional baggage.
Every human
Doesn't
being
mean
has
he's an asshole. If men are drawn to the challenge of the hunt, we ladies are all about the challenge of the change. Okay, you lost me, and we're skipping the rest of this because I don't want to hear it. Actually, interesting note while I'm flipping through ads, Lindsay Ellis of the Nostalgia Chick Show noted that same thing when she did her top 10 hottest animated men. We like damaged guys who we want to change.
Oh.
Fun, fearless work. She did what at work? This is one of the cover stories in case you'd forgotten an hour ago. Spend enough time in any workplace and you're bound to witness someone in a seriously what the fuck moment. Okay, it says WTF, but whatever. Let's make sure that person isn't you. Do your job, don't get involved in shenanigans. Computer, stop dying. It can be hard to know what passes for acceptable behavior on the job these days. If Mark Zuckerberg can wear flip-flops, why can't you? My brother's office had a Nerf war going for a while. And whenever someone voiced an unpopular belief, everyone would turn around and yell, "Shun the non-believer!"
That's fucking awesome.
I know.
Can I work there?
Blizzard.
I am a lizard.
Blizzard.
Oh, Blizzard.
Entertainment.
Never mind.
I mentioned my brother runs the comic games and IT career counseling shop.
I thought that was in Texas.
It is.
They get blizzards in Texas?
Blizzard Entertainment. They make World of Warcraft.
This still makes no sense, but whatever. Keep talking.
It's a gaming company for the uninitiated. And if you're listening to a riff of Cosmopolitan, you probably are.
Just like me. It's okay, bros.
Still, the higher-ups we talk to agree that certain things are just never okay, for you and Mark alike. Besides, you're not Mark Zuckerberg. You don't run a corporate empire in the largest country in the world. You know not to sleep with your boss, right? Yes, I know that. Or steal office supplies. Well, maybe the odd Sharpie to get high off of. But other no-nos might not be on your radar yet. Read these cautionary tales, cringe, and learn. Okay. She came just for the club. Professional appearance is very important.
Yeah.
Pencil skirts or long pleated skirts, button-ups, nice makeup, no gaudy colors. And this is from someone who wears camp t-shirts and jeans to class. And a leather blazer.
I like that blazer.
It is an awesome blazer. $5 at Goodwill. There's your fun, fearless fashion for under $10. Goodwill. I had an MBA hire at a Fortune 500 retailer who dressed for work in 4-inch stilettos. Granted, she was short. Not an excuse. Skin-tight pants and plunging necklines. When it came time to award special projects and promotions, our male CFO wouldn't even entertain her name for consideration. You know, there is more to a woman than her looks. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't believe she had anything more to offer and didn't trust her judgment. She didn't dress appropriately despite having role models all around her. Lesson learned. In order to move up the corporate ladder, analyze why your boss's attire works for her, says Christina Moore of the blog Corporate Fashionista. Celebs like Emma Stone and Kerry Washington can serve as inspiration. Watch their morning show appearances to get office-worthy ideas. Invest in key pieces, like a sophisticated leather handbag, and use an app like Stylebook to plan outfits. Or get, your neutral colors that you can combine in it any way and still look good. Black, tan, blue. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Gray.
Try to avoid khaki, just saying.
Khaki can work.
But I don't like khaki. It makes my ass look fat.
No comment.
It does. I have a lovely and large ass, but it doesn't ever look that bad. You haven't seen me in khakis.
No, I haven't.
You never will get to. I hope.
But I like your fat ass.
I love my fat ass. I don't love it in khakis.
Birthing hips.
It looks so much better in a miniskirt. Just saying.
Well, everything looks better in a miniskirt. She's a ladies' room tyrant. What, does she make you pay to use the toilet? I have a legal assistant who once cornered a female attorney and berated her because her dumps smell like dead people and stink up the whole office.
Holy fuck.
The assistant tattles on support staff when she thinks someone doesn't wash her hands enough. If I don't intervene, she starts a screaming match with that person. Everyone uses the bathrooms 2 floors down just to avoid confrontations with her.
Jesus God.
What, does she hang out in the bathroom all day?
I guess.
Lesson learned. It's not your job to police coworkers when they leave dishes in the sink. Instead, mention your concerns politely to the person who oversees this domain. She can send a note asking people to respect their surroundings. Above all, stay calm and collected. Starting a beef with coworkers never helps your reputation. She abused work email to score shopping discounts. How the fuck do you do that?
That's really fucking stupid.
We had a new straight-out-of-college employee whose role included managing customer feedback emails. That sounds like a really stupid job.
It sounds thrilling. What are you talking about?
Actually, I think that would be my only job at any corporation. It's a step up from mailroom.
I wouldn't mind working in the mailroom.
New packages started arriving daily from places like Guild. One weekend when I took over her tasks, I noticed that Guild's daily emails were sent to the company's entire customer service list. This new employee had used the account to take advantage of the Invite a Friend discount. She ultimately left the company and was directly related to this incident. Yeah, I would think so. Lesson learned. Company resources aren't there to be exploited for personal gain. Show colleagues that you respect the divide between personal and professional communications. People will notice what you're doing at work, so leave the shady stuff at home. Okay, technically that wasn't shady, but still unprofessional. She went crying to mommy. Nepotism at its finest. A nurse had received a verbal warning for attendance issues. But the behavior continued, so I set up a sit-down with her. What is she, 12? She was actually a good employee otherwise. Yeah, but attendance is 90% of success. On the day of the meeting, the woman brought her mother. Yeah, seriously, what is she, 12?
Wait, she brought her mother to...
I said this was a work-related discussion and outside parties couldn't join. But the young woman didn't want to work at the hospital if her mother wasn't welcome. She left soon after. Why would you bring your mother? What's she gonna do?
Okay, as one of probably the most codependent daughters, you know, my mom and I, it's really unhealthy how close we are. Even I wouldn't do that shit. That's fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Lesson learned. Even if you're not the type to ask mom to manage a work crisis, you should fight your own battles, learn to take criticism, and be willing to work on your shortcomings. Yeah. If you get called to a disciplinary session, jot down your concerns and note how you'll address them. You'll feel more in control, and your manager will be impressed that you came up with an action plan. Yeah. She Skyped from a disaster area.
Oh no.
I was conducting a job interview over Skype, and the interviewee's home was a total mess. Yeah, that's why I conduct all my interviews by phone. Or in someone else's room. She had laundry and newspapers strewn everywhere. Once I saw how messy her space was, I questioned her competence and organization. Hey, that's not fair. Messy people can be competent and organized. My dad's the messiest person I know, and he is a dean at a university. He's a very competent person, he just doesn't do his dishes. Lesson learned. Don't be a slob. Virtual meetings may be commonplace, but appearances matter regardless of where or how an appointment takes place. I would recommend anyone meeting over Skype that they check their surroundings beforehand to make sure they are giving the right impression, Feld says. Yeah, still unfair.
I wasn't listening to that one, I gotta tell you, to be honest.
I know. Raven's also working on a paper because it's that time of year.
Fucking,
Calm down, sweetie. She cussed out the clients. Yeah, I can tell this one's not gonna end well.
Yeah, don't ever do that. Moving on.
I once worked with a small team that was relatively casual with each other internally, but we always put on a more formal face for our clients. You always do. One of our junior team members didn't pick up on this right away. The one you have to smack with the clue stick.
Yeah.
I remember taking her to a new client's office for the first time. She was shrugging off some of their questions with responses like, "Hey, we're not totally sure, but that's why we're here, right?" Pretend you know even if you don't. To top it all off, with some of the AV equipment malfunction, she broke out in a stream of curses. Okay, so she wasn't calling them bitches or anything, but still. Lesson learned. Even if your workplace is relaxed and casual, it's a good idea to err on the conservative side when other parties are involved. If the rules are unclear, keep an eye on how your supervisors behave during meetings with outsiders. She jerked around a helpful contact.
That can go multiple ways?
Yeah. I was going to skip that joke.
Yeah. I implied it for you.
Early in my career, I had an acquaintance who was very interested in working where I did. Good for her. I really talked this person up, but the head of HR and the VP of my group felt that she wasn't serious about the opportunity. They thought she was just trying to get an offer so she could go back to a Fortune 500 company to negotiate a better deal there. I assured them otherwise and fought for her to advance in the interview process. But then she did exactly as they'd predicted. She really let me down. Wow. Lesson learned. If a person is willing to hook you up with contacts or provide a reference, you need to have her back too. It's so important to recognize the political capital that others will expend to help your success, says Bhakta Chowdhury. Don't burn the bridge if you don't have to. Yeah. She bailed for her cat.
That's...
Special.
Yeah, that's unique.
So, cat lover.
No.
During her second week at work, an entry-level hire abruptly left in the middle of the day, telling the receptionist she had a family emergency. She didn't come to work the next day, and when she finally called in, she let us know her cat had died.
Oh, well, yeah.
You would do that?
I would call and let them know, my cat's dying. I'm assuming this is a single woman living alone,
Yeah.
If your cat's your only family, your cat's your only family. And that matters.
Well, many of us here are fierce animal lovers. Her behavior didn't make a great impression. She ended up being let go within 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really foolish thing to do, is not keep anyone, posted about what's going on.
Yeah, and your pet dying is not an excuse to miss work. Lesson learned. If something personal is happening, keep your direct supervisors in the loop, but don't go MIA. You can't expect flexibility from day one, says Ron Alsop, author of The Trophy Kids Grow Up, How the Millennium Generation is Sharking Up the Workplace. You do not need subtitles for books. Ever. You need to prove you're competent and trustworthy first. Unless it's, a human. An important human. Like your grandmother. Or your parent. Or something. When bosses go bad.
Oh, geez.
All the fucking time.
I don't
Actually,
know, my
no.
boss rocks, so
My boss is pretty good.
Oh, Christ, this is going to kill me.
She played favorites. They always do. When I came back from a 2-week vacation, I noticed something weird about my office. None of the stuff in the room was mine. I found out that while I was gone, my boss had given my office to another associate. A friend of hers. Oof. All my stuff ended up in a pile on a small desk in the hallway. When I politely asked her what had happened, she got defensive and swore it was temporary. It's almost a month later and I'm still in the hall. Yeah, you should go to her supervisor, 'cause she has one.
Yep.
Somewhere. She cooked the books. They do that a lot, don't they?
Apparently.
My former boss made me complicit in sneaking company funds. She had been there for more than a decade and made a habit of submitting fake expense reports and obtaining unnecessary cash advances before work trips. Bitch. Since she was irresponsible with money in her personal life, she didn't have a personal credit card either. At one point, she went on vacation to Paris with her boyfriend and ended up charging all her dinners and souvenirs on her corporate card.
Really, really fucking wrong.
When she got back into town, she forwarded me her expense report, without receipts of course, and asked me to reconcile it with accounts payable. Must be nice to travel on the company dime. Again, you need to go to a supervisor and tell them what's going on. You will not get fired if you go to them. Or if you do, you can start no, you can't start a legal battle, but still, your conscience will be clear. She made me her maid. Around the holidays, my office gets a ton of packages. All of ours do. My supervisor could have built a fort with all the cardboard around her desk. When she could barely see above them, she turned to me and asked if I could clear out all the trash in our area. I started breaking down the cartons, but as soon as I was close to finishing, she pointed under her dust bunny-ridden desk and told me to clean there too. She refused to move out of the way and made me tidy up around her while she just sat there. Don't you have janitors in this office?
One would think.
Always show up for meetings on time with the notepad. Keep extra shoes at work.
I need a drink.
Make a friend without getting too cliquey. Never. Call a hookup with your boss a lunch meeting. No, call what it is, a hookup. Use emoji in a professional context. Gripe about your paycheck while at work. But if you never gripe about it... Here we go, and we've finally made it to love, lust, and other stuff. Other stuff. Make his mom love you. Not gonna happen. If you have to make his mom love you, it's not gonna work. She should love you right off.
Or, it probably doesn't matter.
Every guy is a mama's boy at heart. This Mother's Day, use these tried and true tips from readers who gotten good with the original leading lady in their man's life. One smart move may be all it takes to tame a potential monster-in-law. I took my boyfriend's mom shopping. She felt so hip and helpful that day, and she has connected those positive feelings to me ever since. You majored in psychology.
Huh?
She's connected those positive feelings to me ever since. Only psych majors talk like that.
That's funny because Pavlov, some people who did work after him were douchebags. One of them did similar experiments, but with kids. So basically measuring the salivary responses of orphans. It was fucked up shit, man. Fucked up shit.
Handwritten thank you notes go a long way.
Yes, they do. Cotty will teach you this.
When a guy brings me home to meet his parents, I send them a personal thank you note soon after. Moms love the idea that their son is dating a girl who's appreciative and old-fashioned. Yeah,
Well, they're not necessarily an old-fashioned thing. They're just fucking polite.
I have trouble keeping up my correspondence because I'm lazy. Hence the reason I'm sitting here reading Cosmopolitan at 10 o'clock at night rather than doing something useful. Like working on my novel or something. No, that's not useful either. Whenever I ask my guy's mom about her life outside the home, her job, tennis club, latest diet, she lights up. And you're bored. She really likes that we share a personal bond apart from her son and can chat like friends. Or at least can pretend. My husband was a slob when we started dating. One day before his mom visited, I cleaned his whole apartment. You've got dedication. When she arrived, she was so grateful that someone in her boy's life was taking care of him that she actually convinced him to propose. Okay, if his mom has to convince him, it's not gonna be a good marriage. Orgasm guaranteed.
Oh god.
Just work at it long enough. Seriously.
Well, yeah, but that's boring.
Yeah, but
There are fun ways to get off, seriously.
you're also talking to the girl who went from 0 to 60 in under 30 seconds, so...
Point.
Have fun tonight. I have fun every night. Whether you're having trouble getting there with your guy or just want to make your orgasm stronger, our tips will have you covered. And then some. Covered in cum.
Ew.
Lovely condition.
Ew. I do not like hearing about pork swords. This magazine is so heterosexist. Oh my fucking god. Just saying.
Yeah. If someone were to tell you that only 30% of the women at your company will ever get promoted, you might think to yourself, hey, I should find a new company that's more supportive of women. Okay? Now consider this. Only 30% of women have orgasms from intercourse alone. Yep, I told you. External simulation, girls.
Yep. You don't have to get off on vaginal penetration alone. It's okay.
I've never gotten off on vaginal penetration. Surprised? We blame movies like The Notebook where the girl magically climaxes after 2.5 minutes of P in the V action. Okay, if you can't say penis and vagina, stop talking.
Basically, that's another problem I have with Cosmo.
Oh no, they do say it occasionally, but it's like, this is not reality, unfortunately. The truth is, the way most men and women view sex, as a completely physical, penetrative, in-and-out experience, isn't doing you any favors if you're on the hunt for the elusive orgasm. It's not that elusive!
If you know what you're doing.
Good God, I managed to get off. My first orgasm was watching one of the least sexy videos on the internet.
Don't go any further with that.
I will not say any further than that because it would cause embarrassment to several parties. Intercourse provides internal stimulation, but for women, the really sensitive parts are outside the vaginal canal, says sex educator Dorian Solett, co-author of I Love Female Orgasm, an Extraordinary Orgasm Guide. Yeah, no shit. Any girl with fingers can figure that out.
Not always. You'd be surprised. Again, a lot of people are still taught that masturbating's wrong.
Okay, but, you know, if you ignore them, you can figure that out. So even though sex feels good that way, you're not hitting the right spots. She likens it to a guy trying to have an orgasm by having someone touch his testicles but never his penis. Good luck with that. Now back to what you, and the other 70% of women who don't orgasm from sex alone, need. Girlgasms are composed of two things, the right mindset and the right moves. These mental and physical tips, and a little practice, will help you find your happy place. I figured all this out by myself, and have perfected it in the last 9 months.
Good.
Get into an orgasmic state of mind. If an orgasm just isn't happening, you need to play a few Jedi mind tricks with yourself before your clothes come off.
Female orgasm is 80% mental. If you're not in the right headspace, it's just not going to be fulfilling, no matter how much you try.
Yep. This is not the fantasy you're looking for.
Exactly.
We all have different hang-ups. Some women get insecure, others get distracted. So try all these tricks to narrow down what works best for you.
Wait, they actually have... is this just an article about masturbation, or is it about...
It's about having an orgasm,
So
presumably with a man.
Well, if the focus is on masturbation, I'm going to be pretty fucking impressed. Keep reading.
It's not. Read or watch some sexy stuff. Fanfiction has you covered.
Also porn. I recommend queerporn.tv, just saying.
Fanfiction works for me. Whether you're turned on by erotica porn, a hot indie band, try the Double X, or Brian Williams reading the news, hey, different strokes. Not even going to tell you what I get turned on by. Partake in that activity before engaging in sexy time. You want to go into sex already experiencing that tingly feeling in your stomach rather than hoping your hookup provides the tingles. Indulge a fantasy. Think about a hot scenario before and, yes, during sex. Yup. Got to do it.
It works.
A lot of women worry this is somehow wrong, like mental cheating. It's not.
It's normal. It's okay.
Interestingly enough, I very rarely think about myself having sex. I pick two generically hot people, and yeah. So go ahead, play sexy little movies in your mind about whatever turns you on. A hot moment you had last year, Gosling, or a vision of what's to come. Eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone, or the lights if you think you're going to be self-conscious about your body. This is why you go solo. You might want to be in the moment, not thinking about your thighs. Yeah, if you're insecure enough to be thinking about what your body looks like during sex, yeah. Take a shower. All that steam will set the scene, and you won't be lying there worrying about how you taste or smell when you should be focusing on your orgasm. Stop thinking about him. No, do think about him if he's hot enough. Let him know you want to trade off nights when it's all about you and other nights when you can return the favor. See, it's not about masturbation.
I'm so disappointed right now if you guys can understand anything about me.
You may just hit a rhythm where you're in sync with each other and every night is a home run for both of you. Like I said, if you go at it long enough externally, you'll get there. Don't freak out if it doesn't feel like it's going to happen. On average, it takes a woman 20 minutes of direct stimulation to have an orgasm. Some women take more or less. That's normal too. 30 seconds. Not very satisfying, but I did it.
You needed to get off quickly and you managed.
I'd also been frustrated for about a week and a half. Still.
I will forget to get off for multiple weeks at a time, then I'll be like, why the hell am I so horny? And then I'll remember, oh hey.
And that's why I take care of that every night, because I am constantly horny. It's common to reach a plateau phase where you're turned on but feel like you're stalled. Don't lose hope. Stick with what got you to that point and you'll likely get there. If you don't, you probably will next time.
Oh, this is such
Remember,
a stupid
it's not just about the orgasm.
No, but it's totally cool if it ends in an orgasm.
Find the right touches. Once you're in the zone, it's time to get physical. No matter how good a guy is in bed, don't make the common mistake of expecting him to give you an orgasm. Gotta take it, baby. You're more likely to get your kicks if you take things in your own hands, sometimes literally. Always literally, you don't need a guy. And realize that it might take a little multitasking to get you there. Multitasking?
Multitasking.
Lend yourself a hand. Touch your clitoris during sex, or have your guy do it. Reach down with confidence. If you're worried about bruising his ego, it's just the opposite. It's a turn-on for him to see you so turned on. Okay? Steal from his playbook. Guys are usually great at taking charge of a sexual situation, I guess.
Are they?
Neither one of us is...
IDK. Neither of us can speak on that, so sorry.
Well,
I think that's
okay.
just part of the, again, the script assigned to people what we're taught we should expect. doesn't necessarily mean.
Well,
it's
no,
the
I
way
was in
things
a
are.
sexual situation with a guy that didn't lead to sex, and he did kind of take charge, but that's because I'm not good at that part. Not because of...
Yeah, no, it's fine, but what I'm saying is, there's, again, a script is a socially defined code of behavior for a given situation.
Yep.
And men are given these sexual scripts that in a sexual situation they're supposed to know what to do. And whether they do or not, I mean, it's okay if they don't, you know?
They adjust their stimulation speed and angle to increase the chance of having an orgasm.